In this SI training video, we will be going over classroom management. Classroom management is what you as the SI leader are doing to provide a safe and comfortable learning environment for your students. This is accomplished by being creative and imaginative in session planning and having effective discipline when necessary. It's important to have good classroom management because it helps students get the most out of SI, creates a safe learning environment, and fosters positive group collaboration. Here are a few of the techniques that you can use to have good classroom management. You can set expectations at the beginning of the semester where you can outline what SI is and what sessions will look like, and then you can do this again whenever you have new students. You can provide a structure for the activities that you'll do in each session as well. That way students can know what activities are coming up next. Don't talk over student chatter, instead use silence as an effective method for letting side conversations come to an end. Set time limits for activities and even have timers available on the screen so students can see how much time they have left to work on particular activities. Bring students back to being focused on the task whenever they get distracted. Have everyone's attention when giving directions, that way you don't have to repeat yourself or take away time that could be used on other activities. Keep track of all the group's progress as you're working through the different activities. When you're planning your activities, make sure you always have extra in case you work through the things that you had planned faster than anticipated. Come to your session prepared and even arrive a few minutes early so you can set everything up and have all the things printed out that you need to, or have everything pulled up on your laptop that you'll need for your activities. Show confidence in your teaching. Learn your students' names as quickly as you can and put energy into developing relationships with them so that you can build rapport. In your SI sessions, you will inevitably have to deal with difficult behaviors. When responding to these behaviors, you want to start small and progress. You don't want to call them out because you want them to feel ashamed or embarrassed. You're calling them up because you're trying to create a positive environment. You have the authority in your session, so the responsibility falls on you to create the environment that is safe and positive for all of the students that are in attendance. You are doing this to try and help everyone learn. Here are a few examples of dealing with challenging students. If students are having side conversations that are distracting from your session, you can ask to have everyone's attention before moving on to bring them back to the task at hand. You can address the students by name if they are continuing to talk a lot. You can have students separate and sit away from each other, or break off into groups where the students that are familiar with one another will be paired with someone that they're less familiar with. If the behavior persists, you can always ask them to leave if it is not allowing other students to focus in your session. If students are refusing to participate, you can encourage them to sit with peers or other students that they might know from class so that it sets the tone that we are here to collaborate with one another. If there's someone that doesn't know anybody else in the session, it's helpful to separate students into groups by counting off. That way everyone can be paired up with someone that they can work with. If students still don't want to participate, after the session is over, you can talk to them about the importance of collaboration in SI sessions. If students are complaining about the professor or about the class, it's best to stop this right away. Direct the students to another topic and avoid saying anything yourself or implying anything that would negatively represent the professor or the class. If a student yells or is rude to you or another student, that is a behavior you should address in that moment. If the behavior continues, you should ask them to leave your session. And if you feel threatened, you can always call campus police.